I'd love to get into the Beautiful People and just hear about how that started, whose idea that was, and how you guys took it and ran with it.
Well, it was mine and Velvet's, because we had like when I was with WWE in Deep South, she had come in. We had done a couple random Philadelphia indies,
Yeah.
probably back in like 03, 04. And she had come down for like a week tryout in Deep South. So like we knew of each other and and then when the Knockouts division started, I had probably been released from WWE like 4 months prior, I think.
Okay.
And then, Scott D'Amore was at TNA, Terry Taylor was at TNA, and I've known both of them. Obviously, Scott D'Amore ran Border City Wrestling, and I've been doing that since I was like 19. And Terry Taylor used to do the BCW shows all the time. So I think when they had heard that I got released, they had called me. Um, so yeah, I mean, Velvet and I were two of the originals. And so we were kind of just doing like, we were brought in as baby faces because I think they thought like, oh, blonde girl's baby face. Um, and we were just doing the singles stuff. They were kind of just trying to like introduce everybody because they had like 8 or 9 new girls at like one time come in. Um, and I think probably after maybe like 3 months of being there. We were, when they had first hired all the girls, they were pairing them up in hotel rooms and stuff like that. So her and I were always staying together because we knew of each other.
Yeah.
When we would just like, we have the same silly sense of humor and we both like to do all the hair and all the makeup for TV and the glitter and the little outfits and stuff. So, we had a good amount in common. And we were just like, there's got to be something that we can do that's different because every girl was just their own singular character. Gail's Gail, Tracy's Tracy, Kong's Kong,
Right.
ODB's ODB, you know what I mean? So we were like, oh, we should do like some kind of like girl gang, like group team thing. Um, and so we just kind of like decided to do that. And, Tina had given us our new names, which we were both just horrified with when they first gave them to us. Obviously, they've grown on us now, but they were horrifying at first. And so we kind of just brought the idea to Vince Russo, and we always had a really good working relationship with Vince. I loved working with Vince. I got nothing bad to say about him.
I actually
And
just had him
he,
on like a week ago. I was just good, and he was awesome, like so polite, and yeah, I feel
how many
like if
times did he say bro?
I put a counter in the comments, I was like, if anyone guesses it, because I'm not counting, it must have been over a few hundred. Like,
That's funny. So we kind of brought the idea to him and he loved it. So then we were just like, oh, like we have to like figure out a name. So we were like, okay, I have a porn star name. She has a porn star name. We kind of look like them too. So we were like, oh, we should call ourselves Velvet Love Entertainment. Sounds like a porn company, right? So
yes.
and like Mike Tenay, I think even said it a couple of times on TV, just like in passing, just in commentary. And then one day at TV, Vince Russo was like, "Oh, like we have your name, like the beautiful people," and we were like, like we're gonna be a the." I didn't ever want to be a and we were like, "That's so." We thought it was so corny, but once again, it grows on you, and it ended up working. So, and then like anytime we ever had any ideas, all of our outfits were all of our own ideas. We just bounce everything off Vince. Vince always gave us the ball and let us run with it. He totally trusted us, especially with promos, backstage segments. So I mean, it just grew from there.
Wow. No, and it grew so well, and you guys kept evolving it too. I feel like so much creativity and really like touching into that character. Like you got great wrestlers as well, but like the character, I feel, and that's what Father and I were saying earlier, that you really remember when there's character and story to something. I feel like it definitely,
Well, and yeah, that was just very easy for us. Like, we're both very nice people, but
yeah.
for some reason, like being a heel, like, man, I'm just the worst baby face. Like, I just have to be Hulk Hogan in my head and I have to be over the top and mega cheesy because it just doesn't come out of me naturally. And one of the best ways to be successful in wrestling is to come off as authentic in your character as possible because the fans can tell when you're acting too hard or
Mhm.
when you're not feeling something you got to do. They can read it like a book. So for some reason, like being a heel just like oozes out of me very easily. And I think with her too. Um, it was just a very easy thing for us to do, and I think we were just very believable, which
Yeah.
I think really helped. Because like, like the guys liked us because of how we looked, and like the girlfriends totally hated us. And then, like what and then like some of the guys would hate us because maybe we looked like the girl they wanted to take to prom in high school, but she totally dissed them and whatever. So there was just a lot that could be done with it. And plus, we were like the really sexy, edgy ones.
Right.
And that was at a time when WWE was going PG. And it was just like, what we were doing in wrestling, I think you just have to have. I mean, it's like, look at the Attitude Era, like Sable with the hands. And do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah, of
everything,
course.
all that stuff. It's just part of it. And so we just totally embraced it. It was just really easy.
Rewind, recap, relive. For over 50 episodes, the revolutionary force in wrestling interviews.